What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another exciting episode of
FORNEVERNEWS!
The only news source that provides anything and everything anime and manga related. We don't bore you. We get into it. Let's do it. I must go. Must leave this house. I must go. The time is now. I must go. It's time to get out. Okay, people, before we get started, I just wanted to remind you guys to hit that subscribe button and hit that bell to get all notifications. We drop new episodes of FORNEVERNEWS every Saturday, 12 p.m. EST, and throughout the week, we upload some of those segments into smaller videos for your viewing pleasure. So yeah, hit those buttons. I'd greatly appreciate it. Without further ado, let's jump into it. First story of the episode, because we got a couple of, I don't want to say necessarily tragedies, but definitely some not so good news, and I wanted to just jump right into it, get it out the way first, because for starters, Hunter x Hunter fans, we have known for the longest time, and in case you don't, that the creator of Hunter x Hunter, the author, the artist, all wrapped in one, Yoshihiro Togashi, same person that made Yu Yu Hakusho, has had health issues for the longest time. I mean, dating back to when he was doing Yu Yu Hakusho, the reason why Yu Yu Hakusho ends the way it does, that a lot of fans are not necessarily happy with it, is the fact that Togashi has had health issues with his back in particular. It has been just a very, very negative thing in his life, and that is why we've gotten so many hiatuses for Hunter x Hunter. That is why in Bakuman, for example, there's a character that got injured so badly and was still drawing in the hospital because it was based off of Yoshihiro Togashi's life. That character in particular, of he has had back problems for the longest time. He ended Yu Yu Hakusho because of it, and Hunter x Hunter, the way it is right now, how it's constantly going into hiatus, is due to those health issues. Even when he's returned throughout the years, he's constantly said a lot of things about his back issues that he's had, and it seems to be the case that even with this massive hiatus, the longest hiatus that Hunter x Hunter has been on thus far, Yoshihiro Togashi is still having issues with his health, and this is why a lot of people say that Hunter x Hunter should just call it quits already, or that he should just have somebody else do it, because this man, it's scary to read. It's scary to read that this guy struggles so hard with these health conditions and still tries to come out at his older age, because I believe Togashi is like in his 60s, I want to say now. This is an elderly man that is still pushing himself to try and get at least some type of chapters out, and he hasn't seen any improvements with his health. According to some comments he made over on Twitter recently, for starters, he said, "I advance one frame. I'm having a hard time with my right hand. My symptoms did not improve, and I spent a lot of time on treatment and recovery." Chapter 399, creating a specified background effect. So pretty much he's saying that he's having difficulties now with his right hand, and that symptoms, despite the fact that he was in treatment and recovery to kind of, get out of this situation he's been in, it still hasn't helped, and he's really going through it. And this is, if any other thing ain't going to tell you, this got to be the sign, dog, that if you went through treatment and recovery and it's only getting worse, no improvements whatsoever, it's time to either hang it up, wrap up Hunter x Hunter, or for the love of God, for the love of the fans, for the love of everybody around, please let somebody else handle the hard aspects. I don't think it would be too much for Togashi to write, because writing is a whole different aspect than being hunched over drawing for a million years, even if it's just drafts and whatnot. But I really, really wish Yoshihiro Togashi would make up his mind one way or the other. I understand that it is a war within that man. He is dealing with a war every day when he thinks about this series, because based on the interviews that I've read in the past, this man struggles with giving basically the baton to somebody else. He wants to do it all. Now, granted, I think in more recent times, especially with some of the stuff he's been saying lately, I want to say that he's not completely doing everything now. Don't quote me on that, but he's talked about assistance, and he's talked about basically giving in drafts and whatnot. So maybe he has more help this time around than any other time. But I still say that, dog, just hand over the art to somebody else. Hand over the art and, do what One and Murata does. Look at what happened with One Punch Man once Murata came over and redid it and serialized it with his improved art and whatnot, it went skyrocketing. Hunter x Hunter alone, the story is so rich, the characters, all of that stuff is so rich that if you just get another artist, first of all, Togashi doesn't have to struggle any longer. He can improve his health, or just at the very least not risk damaging his health even further. I mean, for crying out loud, now he's having problems with his right hand. This man is an elderly man. You know, we joke all the time, and sometimes it's very frustrating for Hunter x Hunter fans, but he got to let it go. He really got to let it go and let somebody else do it. Granted, he's been drawing and doing the best he can this time around, but at what cost? Like, is it going to be another 3 to 4 more years before we get Hunter x Hunter chapters in between this next hiatus that is inevitable? Yeah, we don't want some Kentaro Miura situation to happen. You know what happened with Kentaro Miura, creator of Berserk. In case you don't, the man passed away and had severe health issues, and you know, living that mangaka lifestyle is not the healthiest by any means, especially let alone something from Shonen Jump like Hunter x Hunter. I really, really wish the best for Togashi. I send a whole bunch of, an abundance of prayers and just positive vibes, because every other word out of this man's mouth since I've been even covering the Shonen Jump author comments and all of this that's going down is, I have health issues. My back hurts. My arms hurt. I can't do this. I'm dragging myself to just take a dump in the toilet. He is in misery and hell with this. This is almost like his greatest pleasure, I'd imagine, because he loves making manga. He wouldn't have been doing it this entire time if he didn't. But also his worst enemy of, it's wringing out his body. And at this late in the game, this late in life, Togashi, I want him to be happy. I don't want him suffering no more. This man has brought too much joy to my life with classics like Yu Yu Hakusho and Hunter x Hunter to still be going through this. And I hope that other authors in Shonen Jump take heed from what Togashi's going through. The fact that Samurai 8 didn't work out for Masashi Kishimoto, who knows? Maybe it was a blessing in disguise. Do you want Kishimoto to be going through this 20, 30 years from now down the road of the same situations of what Togashi faces right now? All of these health issues and constantly feeling like, well, damn, at some point I gotta get back to it, right? That's the moneymaker, and I got fans all over the world waiting for my return. I don't want that for any other author, let alone Togashi, that has already been through all of this. Salute to Togashi for trying and continuing on despite, everything that's been going on, but he needs to either hang it up or pass it over. And I don't care if he's been doing chapters recently, that's irrelevant. He is suffering. This man is suffering for his art, and I respect him for it. But at the same time, I don't want nothing bad to happen to him. We've been losing too many people. We've lost a bunch of creatives and all sorts of stuff. And not Togashi, man. I wish the best for you, yo. I really hope you get out of this situation and figure out the best method for this. If it's really too difficult to let go, you're going to eventually, something bad is going to happen to you as you're doing it. So my heart goes out to him. And yeah, not so great news, but it is what it is. And I want to be clear, by no means am I saying anything negative to Togashi, because some people will somehow find some way to say, hey, why are you coming at Togashi? I am saying that I want the best for that man. Cut and dry. Bottom line. Next up, and other not so great news as well. Like I said, we're going to start off this episode getting some of the bad news out the way first. Terrible news for fans of the voice actor that plays Ichigo Kurosaki. He also plays Vash the Stampede and Trigun. Well, the old Trigun. I'm not sure if he'll be playing now. He's a legendary voice actor. You may know of him from even Code Geass, Lelouch v Britannia, Johnny Young Bosch. Johnny Young Bosch recently was in a terrible incident that I'm glad that seemingly he's okay and he survived it, but this was bad. Because over on Johnny Young Bosch's Twitter, he wrote, "This happened as we were headed to our film location today. My side had to climb out the back. Lucky to still be here. Pay attention. Get off your cell phones and drive safe. See some of you tomorrow for Anime Houston Con." So as Johnny Young Bosch was headed over to a convention, Anime Houston, apparently he got into this wreck that I'm looking at the vehicle right now. This car is completely totaled. You see the airbags went off. You see this car is just, is scrapped. So I can only imagine what the hell happened in there. On top of that they had to climb out of the back. Wow. I hope that Johnny Young Bosch is okay. I mean, he seemingly must have been okay enough if he was like, yo, I'll see you at Anime Houston. By the graces of God, he was able to seemingly escaped that with hopefully minor injuries. He didn't really elaborate any further into what the hell happened, but my god, that is a scary one, especially considering the fact that Johnny Young Bosch is already a legend, and anybody, let me just be clear, nobody should have to deal with something like that. That is a horrendous accident. But on top of all that, with everything going on right now, Bleach returning, Johnny, we need you. I'm so happy that you're okay. I'm so happy that this was just, you know, a freak accident, but you managed to survive, and I hope that just everyone in that car was okay. And wow, these are some scary times, dog. You just always never know what the hell could happen to anybody around you. That's why I continue to push the message. I don't care. If you got people that you love, keep them close. Watch them the best you can, because you don't know what this life could bring. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's been taking loss after loss, and I'm just really happy and thankful that Johnny Young Bosch is okay, and whoever he was in that car with hopefully was okay too, because, I mean, just look at this shit, dog. This car is completely totaled. I can't even believe this right now. That's freaking nuts. I'm glad he's okay. Shout out to you, Johnny. If you see this, salute. You're a legend already, and I'm just so happy that you survived that, because, yeah, that could have ended up really, really in a bad way, and thank God it didn't. Shout outs to you, man. Moving forward, now let's get past all of the negativity, because we had 2 back-to-back really bad stories between, you know, Yoshihiro Togashi, creator of Hunter x Hunter, and his health issues, Johnny Young Bosch, and what happened to him, the, you know, voice actor of Ichigo Kurosaki from Bleach, bad accidents, all of this stuff. I got some good, great, fantastic news for One Punch Man fans. By golly, it seems as though they were waiting for the right timing to come with the heat for the anime, because y'all know One Punch Man's anime, the manga is a different story. The manga has been, actually the whole franchise honestly has just been an interesting story, to say the least. I mean, a web comic turned into a full-on serialized thing with a notable artist, and then the anime coming, anime season 1, knock out the park, Madhouse Studio, everyone praising it. It was a surprise to most that, whoa, this kind of goofy little comic about this dude that can beat everybody in one punch becomes like the biggest thing in the world since sliced bread. The art and animation was fantastic. It was a beautiful time to be a One Punch Man fan when season 1 came out. It was amazing. It was freaking, honestly, I could go back right now and still rewatch those episodes. Like, if you know how people rewatch, I don't know, South Park or Family Guy and stuff like that, I feel like season 1 of One Punch Man for the most part is like that. I could go back and have a good laugh at Carnage Kabuto, or, you know, the Sea King. I'm not gonna laugh at that. I'm gonna be amazed in epicness. But it was just, honestly, season 1 of One Punch Man to me is like a damn near classic in and of itself. And then we had that big shift after a few years of no anime to season 2, where Madhouse, probably because they seemingly are getting out of the game, I don't hear much about Madhouse nowadays, but then One Punch Man moved over to JC Staff for season 2, and the introduction to the legendary, iconic, and absolute greatness that is Garo. In case you don't know, I'm a Garo fanboy. I'm just saying, I gotta throw that out there. And they didn't have Garo, but I am a massive One Punch Man fan. I just bought this the other day at a convention. Look at this shit, dog. Look at it. Ah! But, you know, it's been a wild freaking ride to be a One Punch Man fan, and then the manga, it's just been snapping lately. The internet has been going absolutely insane with the climax to the monster arc and all of that good stuff. And now, One Punch Man anime fans, let's freaking go, because it got announced also with a visual arriving that One Punch Man Season 3 is coming! It says, One Punch Man Season 3 is in production, and a change in anime studio for Season 3. It's for sure not JC Staff, but they can't reveal who's actually working on it at the moment. So, thankfully, we're not going to have what JC Staff did, which I'm not even going to lie. Most people really, really hated on JC Staff, and I think that's due to, we come from the Madhouse Season 1 that was just freaking stupendous, you know, top of the line, some of the best shit that you would get out of art and animation. And then season 2, it wasn't necessarily bad per se, it just didn't measure up to what season 1 did. Season 1 left high expectations on the aesthetics department, so a lot of fans fell off of it, and One Punch Man honestly kind of decreased in popularity for the longest time. It's only honestly like maybe the last year and some change that it started to get a little bit of hype back going because of the manga and whatnot. But One Punch Man lost a lot of that luster of people really rocking with it after season 1 of the anime. And now that they're seemingly getting away from JC's staff, we also got a visual for it, which kind of is interesting to say the least. And now granted, I don't think that's what the character models are going to look like, but Saitama looks different than he's looked in season 1 and season 2. And Garo, for the most part, again, maybe it's just the art style of whoever drew this. I don't think, again, that this is how, expect the anime to look exactly like the key visual that they put out, but it's very, very interesting, and I'm just wondering who the hell got it. My God, if it is Studio Mappa, on one end, I'm gonna be like, oh, we're about to get something on the level of what season 1 was, because let's be clear that if they do a proper adaptation of One Punch Man's manga for season 3 and give us that same level of quality that season 1 brought, this is going to once again surge One Punch Man up the charts, the same way how Attack on Titan with season 1 was massive, then season 2 it wasn't as hyped and a lot of people were kind of falling off, then suddenly season 3 goes rampant through the freaking roof. I think the same can happen with One Punch Man, because the manga, like I said, everybody's been going absolutely crazy for it. The fights have been fantastic, all of it has just been really good. You do a solid and faithful adaptation with a proper studio, we'll be cooking with gas again, and people will once again be screaming and calling out the name of the Cape Baldy. But this key visual is dope, and I'm just so happy that they're giving it another chance. I really thought like, yo, what happened with JC's staff and all of that, chances of us getting a One Punch Man season 3 might have been unlikely, or if we did get one, it was going to be probably again with JC's staff and something that is just considered like mediocre. So it must have been, and this is why I say sometimes, you gotta speak up, you gotta speak your piece. I think it was a lot to do with online people constantly hyping up how much they love the manga, that they were like, you know what, if we put some manpower behind it, we put some marketing dollars, we put some money into a good studio, take it away from JC's staff and give it to somebody else, we might have another shot at getting this thing to where we need it to go. Because honestly, One Punch Man has the potential to be top of the line, one of the ones that everybody screams, like just the way people right now are screaming about Jujutsu Kaisen and really highly anticipating Chainsaw Man, and every time there's a season of Demon Slayer, the same can happen with One Punch Man and should happen with One Punch Man, because it's really freaking good. It's a great freaking manga. So if they give it the right treatment, just like what Madhouse did with season 1, woo baby, ain't nothing about to stop us One Punch Man fans from eating. And I'm so happy that I caught up with the manga in a way. Like granted, would have been nice to experience this, going in as an anime only, but either way, I know what to expect in terms of greatness, and now we just got to keep our fingers crossed that it's a good studio. Honestly, I don't really want Bones to get it. Bones, they got their work cut out for them. I honestly don't even really want Mappa to get it, if I'm just keeping it all the way real. Granted, it will probably give us a great product, but then at the same time, it's like, dog, they got everything. Is the anime industry just gonna be Mappa Studios? It's no longer the anime industry, it's the Mappa industry. Like, you know what I'm saying? I would like maybe, whether it be A1, because I think A1 could do a pretty solid job on the aesthetics department, and then of course you just stick to the source material. That's all you gotta do. Just, hey, manga page, draw that shit in anime style and animate it nicely. That's all you gotta do, and you're there you go. So hopefully that's the case, but if it's not them, who else would it be? I mean, granted, I know it's a pipe dream, it's never gonna happen, but Studio Ufotable with One Punch Man, I mean, what are they doing besides Demon Slayer? Come on, dog. And granted, it's a very good thing that they focus on it. That's why Demon Slayer just pops every single year, because they only focus on, a very small amount of titles. But we gotta wait and see. If it is Mappa, I'm not gonna complain, but I'm gonna feel so bad for those animators. They're gonna be looking there, and when the guy walks through the door and says, hey, we got another one, they're gonna start freaking strangling themselves. No more! But we gotta wait and see. Either way, One Punch Man Season 3 coming, and it's not going to be with JC staff. Thank goodness we get another shot at this. And again, I don't want to completely shit on JC staff. I actually am in the minority of, I did enjoy season 2 of One Punch Man. It was freaking awesome to see Garo and everything. It just wasn't as epic as season 1's quality of art and animation. That's really it. Next up, this was a small little story that I did want to cover. I forgot to cover it in last week's episode, but we're covering it now because I am a massive fan of this IP, Ranking of Kings. Now, it doesn't seem to be the case that we're going to get season 2 in the near future, But in terms of Ranking of Kings anime, it seems as though we got a little bit something to look forward to in 2023 to hold us off, which makes me think, depending on how things go, it'll probably be 2024, 2025 the latest. If it doesn't happen 2025, I doubt it's going to happen for a season 2 of Ranking of Kings. But according to this, it says Ranking of Kings TV special officially announced for broadcast in 2023, and I got Boji there, and I'm not even gonna lie, I am so freaking pumped for it. I believe that's Wit Studio, and Wit Studio, oh, they're another one that could have done that One Punch Man stuff, but either way, Wit Studio, they're fantastic, and I hope that this does well enough that they'll be like, okay, we got to go with season 2. I don't know how much manga is out there, if there's enough to continue right now and do a season 2, but by golly, I want it because I absolutely loved Ranking of Kings. It was freaking fantastic, and honestly, and I never did a video about it. Damn, I really should do it about how I felt about the ending initially and how I feel about the ending now. But yeah, Ranking of Kings, a little bit more anime stuff to hopefully hold us over until we get that season 2, because they better give us a season 2, okay? That shit was freaking gas, I'm not gonna lie. And yeah, we got a little bit of a TV special 2023, a new Gaiden special, probably just gonna be, I'd imagine maybe a small story, something OVA-ish. They're calling it a TV special, and who knows, maybe it could be really good. I don't know if it's going to adapt anything from the manga or whatnot. Man, I would have loved the Ranking of Kings movie. Oh my god, that would have been the best move. Like, boom, in the middle, you know, in between whatever happens next and whatnot, have a movie. That would have been the perfect thing. I wish they would have did that instead of this TV special, but hey, I'm not gonna complain. Beggars can't be choosers, and right now I'm begging for more of that Ranking of Kings, baby. So to recap, 2023 Ranking of Kings TV special incoming. Let's go, lads. Next up, if everyone is not special, maybe you can be what you want to be. Zule, Zule. Mob Psycho fans, Mob Psycho 100 season 3 fans, this right here is incredible news, because it means that everything that president that we talked about in the last episode of FORNEVERNEWS, the president of Studio Bones, said about what they're doing and how they're allocating resources to their different series, because the main 3 series that Studio Bones has as it stands right now is they got My Hero Academia, they got Bungo Stray Dogs, and they got Mob Psycho 100. My Hero, they said that they got their own section altogether, and then there's Bungo, and then there's Mob Psycho. But this one right here, oh my god, if you're not a Mob Psycho 100 fan and you appreciate not only a really awesome story, really interesting story and all that stuff, but you also love art and animation, you might want to watch it and catch up, because from what is seen right here, season 3 is about to be a visual orgy. I ain't gonna lie, dog, it sounds amazing, because according to this, it says Mob Psycho season 3, one of the episodes has 20,000 hand-drawn animated frames. Do you understand what that is? Like, a lot of people are probably thinking, like, is that a lot? Is that, like, what is that? That is out freaking rageous. 20,000 hand-drawn. If you remember, again, in last week's episode of FORNEVERNEWS, we talked about how the president of Studio Bones said, oh no, there won't be no CGI in my anime, none of that stuff. It's going to be straight up all hand-drawn. And he wasn't kidding. An episode with 20,000 hand, that's probably going to be the finale, I'd imagine, because then the second piece of Mob Psycho 100 season 3 news is that apparently all episodes are completely produced and ready to air, which, in case you don't know, that is not the norm for anime. Oftentimes they are rushing to the studio with the episode as it's ready to air to get it to the people at the studio and the TV stations and whatnot. Like, that's with Attack on Titan, for example, they usually are rushing to pass that episode off. These right here, the fact that it's all completely produced and ready to go, that means that they've been in pre-production for a while. That means that they've been working on this for a lot longer than usual, because to have it all ready to go before air date doesn't normally happen. That is usually a very, very opposite tale, where it's like, yeah, they're rushing to just hand this off right now. So this is going to be, honestly, this is incredible news. Like, if there's any flaws in here, then Studio Bones is some liars, because 20,000 frames in an episode, dog, and it's all ready to go, doesn't happen. And yeah, Studio Bones, just hope you're giving that same luxury to some of the others. My Hero, I don't know about Bungo Stray Dogs, but yeah, give it a Bungo as well. But in particular, My Hero could use a little 20,000 frame episode. I'm just saying, I get it, y'all do a season every year, but come on, dog. Like, this is incredible news for Mob Psycho. Either way, I love Mob Psycho. My niece is like the biggest Mob Psycho 100 fan, and yeah, we're going to be eating Mob Psycho fans. We're going to be loving it. But yeah, people, Mob Psycho 100 season 3, it's about to have some crisp art, animation, and it's ready to release right now. Kind of makes me wonder if there was any plans, to be honest with you, now that I think about it, to like partner up with a studio or something, because having all the episodes ready is usually like a Netflix thing. Like, you know how they add JoJo's and whatnot and you get the full on 12 episodes. Like, I wonder if they were considering going with like, hey, how about Netflix, or hey, Disney Plus, oh god, please not Disney Plus, but hey, Amazon, or something like that. Maybe that was the case, and then at the last hour they were like, nah, we're gonna be true legends and we're gonna just release it the way fans normally want their anime, week to week and with beautiful art and animation. I can't fucking wait. I can't wait. Yeah! Next up, Haikyuu fans, Haikyuu fans, Haikyuu fans. For starters, I gotta retract a story of what we reported last week. A lot of people that handle leaks and they, you know, hand off leaks to the internet and whatnot, were telling me for a little bit now that Haikyuu season 5 was in development, that it was coming, all of that stuff, it was leaking. Hey, we got some Haikyuu anime incoming. So I reported what was handed to me. However, when the official announcement came out, totally different from what was told. And yeah, for starters, whoever's leaking that information probably got fired, because they probably caught them, probably told them, yeah, you're working on season 5, only to find out, no dog, it's a movie, my lord. Because yes, people, Haikyuu, a lot of Haikyuu fans are very upset by this. Apparently the final season is not happening, and instead you're getting 2 Haikyuu films to adapt the remainder of the manga. And from my understanding, I mean, let's just read a little bit from it. It just says here, by the looks of it, they're gonna end the whole Haikyuu series with 2 parts of a movie. Part 1 would cover the full tournament, and part 2 would adapt everything else. And it says here, it'll be 5 arcs, 110 chapters, and 2 movies. That's basically what, 55 chapters of a movie? That is absolutely horrible. In case you don't know, usually there's about like 2 to 3 chapters per episode, unless you're One Piece and you're doing like a quarter of a chapter an episode or something crazy. But usually that's how an anime adaptation, unless they're going super fast or super slow, it's about 2 to 3 chapters per episode. And let's just say it's a film. A film usually be what, about an hour and a half to 2 hours. I hope those films are at least 2 hours. It's still not gonna make it a great difference, but at least 2 hours. You figure an anime episode about 20 some odd minutes or whatnot, so 20, 40, 60, so about 6 episodes worth per movie. That just honestly is terrible. I don't know if maybe some of those battles, so to speak, you know, they volleyball, it's not fighting or whatever, but maybe some of those volleyball tournaments are just straight up action and they're gonna blow through some of that stuff, or they're gonna skip out on stuff, or maybe it was just a financial decision that just made more sense, or they got a bigger offer. There's a wide variety of variables as to why they decided to go this route, because let's be honest, all fans, when you're continuing on a series in the fashion of, hey dog, yo, I'm watching an anime episode every week, I'm waiting for the next season, and then you just decide to shit on them and say, now we're rushing the ending and putting it out in movies. It could be that there's just a lack of interest at this particular point for Haikyuu. Maybe it was that the studio felt like because the manga was over and they're still thinking in the old model of the past of, you need a manga to really cross collaborate, their best next option was, well, how about just throw some movies in theaters, it'll be big, we'll make extra money that way. Maybe Haikyuu was taking losses and we don't know about it. Maybe on the anime side of things it wasn't as popular as we had hoped. So there's a wide variety as to why they well, then again, if it was not making as money, why go to movie? It could be just a greedy play. Now that I think about it, it could just be a greedy play. Like, Haikyuu's so popular and fans are so excited for that next one that they decided, let's do movies. But I do know as well, now that I think about it, that if I'm not mistaken, there were some talks, people were saying whispers that Haikyuu's next season was coming, and then the pandemic hit. So it could very well be that the pandemic spoiled plans and they feel like because it's been such a long wait that fans aren't going to faithfully watch it. So again, throwing it in movies is the best option. Again, I'm just throwing a lot of different guesses as to why. But yeah, Haikyuu fans, I'm so sorry to report that season 5 is actually not happening. And instead, you're getting 2 movies that is going to adapt 110 chapters, basically 5 arcs, and that's terrible. I ain't gonna lie. If you're gonna do movies, it'd be nice, like, okay, you know, adapt, like Demon Slayer Mugen Train, perfect example. I know people are like, why are you bringing up the anomaly? Because, yo, dog, how many chapters was the Mugen Train arc? It was a very short arc, and they used that and adapted it into one film or whatnot. This right here, though, this clearly is just a cash grab and an indication that they said fuck the fans. I'm not even gonna lie, because how do you do it? How do you pull it off? I mean, I don't read Haikyuu, so I don't know. know. But yeah, like that's, imagine even worse. Oh my god. Bleach Styles Near Blood War, one movie. Ay, Maria, that would be terrible. No. But who knows? Maybe they'll surprise you. Maybe there's something else in the works or something. But yeah, I'm sorry, Haikyuu fans. I was mistaken. I was told wrong. It's not a season 5, 2 movies, and yikes. Next up, One Piece fans, I got some information for you regarding Oda, regarding the end of One Piece, or the whole story of One Piece, shall I say, and just some very interesting tidbits that I didn't expect to have, but I got them for you. Let's read. For starters, it says some brief information. 24 years ago, Eiichiro Oda revealed the whole story of One Piece until the very end to the director of Film Red. The director recently wished that the manga would end soon because it was so hard for him to not say anything. The original voices of the Straw Hats don't know the ending. So that's crazy. 24 years ago. I mean, I'd imagine a lot of stuff has changed over time. Granted, he probably said maybe like, you know, Odin was going to do this and Odin did it slightly different, but Oda has said that there's certain things that are cemented in stone that he is not changing. So that's crazy that this dude knows the ending. And also he's probably speaking on and saying that now because, hello, One Piece final arc, it is actually coming to a close after a bajillion freaking years. So that was the first thing. Then Oda said that he earned a lot of money, but he only liked his ridiculous drawing, so he spent his money on ridiculous things like his dragon bath and his shark toilet. What the oh my god, is this Oda's real house? No fucking way. This, yo, Oda is eccentric as hell, and I ain't gonna lie, I'm not mad at it. I don't know if I had that type of money, because Oda clearly a multi-millionaire, but dog has like a Jaws thing over his. I would be so freaking scared to take a dump. I'm not even gonna lie. I wouldn't be like Yami from Black Clover enjoying it. I would be scared to death. Yo, is this shit gonna fall on me and bite my head off? And then the bathtub, that actually looks really chill and enjoyable. So crazy stuff. Oda spending his money on eccentricities. Is that even a freaking word? Yeah. In Oda's living room is a 100-inch TV. God damn, Oda, you living big. A store clerk advised him to buy a 90-inch one, but Oda insisted on a larger size that would be better for surprising his friends. Since screen was too big to fit through the front door, he had to tear down the wall of his house to get it in. Jeez, dog. And I thought I had a big TV. I'm like, yo, yeah, I got a 70-inch TV, but Oda here with a freaking 100-inch TV tearing down walls. That's when you have that type of money that you don't even know what the hell to do with it anymore, especially considering that Oda's entire life is dedicated to drawing. It's not like he gets to enjoy much of, you know, the things that he could buy or whatnot, so he buys what he can enjoy. Hey, you got to use the bathroom at some point, right? Let me enjoy an eccentric bath and an eccentric dump. And hey, I'd imagine while he's drawing, he could have that TV on all freaking day playing whatever he wants. So yeah, that's kind of cool, I guess, now that I think about it, that he's buying things, if you really think, that he can actually enjoy, considering his very, very ridiculous schedule and lifestyle of being a manga artist. And in other One Piece news, we've got a big update on One Piece Film Red, and wow, talk about a way to sell tickets and make money. That is red-haired Shanks. Shanks is clearly, I mean, there's no other reason, because One Piece Stampede was marketed with, you know, having somebody from Roger's crew. That wasn't the biggest successful one. Prior to that, One Piece Film Gold, you know, somebody that rocked with Doflamingo. That wasn't the big one. Film Z was a huge one. I love freaking Film Z. My God, such a great movie. But Film Red is destroying the box office like no other. In fact, we're going to talk about it in a bit on the top 50 best-selling manga of even back catalog volumes are selling real well. But apparently, One Piece Film Red officially becomes the highest movie in revenue of the whole One Piece franchise. It has surpassed One Piece Film Z's total earnings of $6,870,000,000 in just 10 days of screening. And Jesus freaking Christ, dog. How? Like, I am in disbelief right now. So it made more revenue than any of the One Piece films in history so far, and it's only 10 days. Oh my God, this is, I don't know if it's going to necessarily do Mugen Train numbers, Demon Slayer Mugen Train, because that was a phenomenon like no other, but this is freaking nuts, and I'm sure Toei is counting their blessings right now, considering they took a massive L, and they're taking a massive L with the Dragon Ball Superhero film, which I'm actually going to be watching tonight, now that I think of it, as of the recording of this video. Hey! Yeah, this is definitely going to make up for the loss that they took with Dragon Ball Superhero, because it has already surpassed One Piece. One Piece Film Z came out literally a decade ago, 2012. So the fact that it has already surpassed Film Z in 10 days, hats off to One Piece, hats off to Oda, hats off to Toei, and this just gets me more excited about this film. I mean, I've heard some things about, like, there's a lot of musical aspects to it. It gets into a lot of songs, which makes sense because Uta is a singer, but I'm not gonna listen to any of that shit. I'm going to watch that film ASAP. In fact, I wish it was the One Piece film that came out in August, because that would have been a great cap to my summer. But yeah, when it comes over here to the West in October, I am going to watch that shit, because my god, in only 10 days surpassing Film Z. Film Z is like the best film. It is the best film, in my opinion, of the One Piece franchise, and it's making more money than that in 10 days. Well, I'm in disbelief. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm rambling now because I am quite shooketh, my lord. But yes, One Piece doing amazing things in the box office, surpassing all of the films. Love to see it. No, really, I would love to see it right now. Quick and small update. According to the latest issue of Weekly Shonen Jump, apparently Bleach's 1,000-Year Blood War arc anime will be publishing new information next week in Weekly Shonen Jump issue number 39. So we're gonna get even more updates, which I don't know what they could do at this particular point. I guess they're gonna probably show us more like character designs of how they're gonna look in the anime and stuff like that, because I mean, we've already had a massive big trailer. We've already gotten like a ton of info from Kubo. We know that Disney Plus is involved, which I forgot about that. Oh my god, this is going to be a very interesting little debacle here. But yes, we'll get more information in the next issue of Jump, which it's going to be hype regardless. I mean, as long as they don't do nothing stupid, which again, I don't think Disney even has the rights to be able to do anything stupid with the IP anyway, this should be good. And yeah, I'll definitely report on whatever comes out of it next week's issue of Shonen Jump. But the fact that they're teasing that there's more info about Bleach in the next issue makes me really question, like, okay, why are they teasing it? What is so big about it? Maybe it's gonna be, oh, it could be that maybe they're gonna announce like the opening song, who's gonna be like the band and the song that's going to be for the Bleach 1,000-Year Blood War opening. That could be what it is, now that I think about it. Again, either that or character designs or a comment from Kubo. But I felt like I'd give you the info of next week. There'll be more info on Bleach. Next up, I honestly never thought I would be talking about this IP again, but it continues to go, because Psycho Pass fans, we've got something coming. We've actually got more anime related stuff coming for it, which I'm shocked, because we had that first season. I honestly, now that I think about it, I never got into the second season. I saw Psycho Pass season 1. I loved it. One of the main reasons that drove me to it was Gen Urobuchi was, I believe he did, if not the entirety of season 1, most of season 1. He's the same dude that did Madoka Magica. He also did Fate Zero. So I was like, boom, I went to Psycho Pass with season 1. Then they came out with a second season. I never really got into it. Oh yeah, before even all of that, Akira Amano, the author of Katekyo Hitman Reborn, artist of Katekyo Hitman Reborn as well, did the art for Psycho Pass. So that was another big thing that drove me to Psycho Pass as a whole. But yeah, I never really watched season 2, and then there was like a movie, I believe, a movie or two after that. But yeah, there's more coming, because according to this, Psycho Pass new movie key visual announced on the eve of the 10th year anniversary, Psycho Pass Providence. And god, I love seeing Akira Amano's character designs, and yeah, I'm not really familiar with most of them. I know the two main characters, the main girl, and damn, I forget their names, it's been so goddamn long. But yeah, one of the dudes that is the main character, and then the rest of them are so unfamiliar to me. But yo, shout outs to Psycho Pass continuing on. I probably should get back and watch that second season and whatever movies and whatnot, because I did enjoy the first one. Although I heard, because I think Gen Urobuchi, the guy that wrote and was like in charge of season 1, wasn't involved in season 2. So who knows, maybe that's what made me lose my interest, because I was like, you get rid of the butcher and you cunt. You like what I did there, right? Double entendres. Hey! But yeah, Psycho Pass fans, new film incoming, Psycho Pass Providence. And this would be a good time to get into the IP, honestly. Season 1 was freaking fantastic, and it had a lot of different moral complexities and just societal discussions of basically, hey, is it okay for the world to be that, hey, we got electronic things that are telling you if you're a good person or a bad person? I don't think it is, but you never know. And yeah, Psycho Pass Providence. Let's go. Moving forward, Tokyo Revengers fans, the success is still growing of this series. Y'all already know it's been up and down. While the anime was airing, everybody was was just calling it like the greatest thing ever. Well, not everybody, because in the West, people have felt a little bit skeptical about it because of the way gang culture was presented, and it was just unrelatable to Western gang cultures and all that stuff, which is crazy to say. But yeah, either way, Tokyo Revengers, it shows that for whatever reason, it resonates just so much more with Japan than outside of Japan. Because granted, it does have success outside of Japan, but according to this, it says Tokyo Revengers by Ken Wakui, as of July 2022, has 7 million copies in circulation in the rest of the world, 18 countries. Between June 2021 and July 2022, the circulation number has multiplied by 30 times around. But the thing about it is that Tokyo Revengers has 65 million copies in circulation worldwide. So it's 58 million in Japan and only 7 outside of Japan. So this is one of those cases, kind of to a certain degree, but not really, like One Piece, where One Piece, like 90% of its sales is from Japan and the rest is from, like, you know, Europe and the West and all of that good stuff and whatnot. But yeah, that seems to be the case of what I've been saying for a while now, how a lot of people over here in the West, for whatever reason, excluding me, because I actually love Tokyo Revengers for the most part, they really don't rock with Tokyo Revengers as much as Japan. Like, I believe last year, was it the second or third biggest selling manga of the year? Like, it was a huge thing, but again, in Japan. And I could also attribute some of this to the fact that Tokyo Revengers, I believe over here in the West, just started getting releases, like the omnibuses, if I'm not mistaken. They maybe are a volume or 2 into it, and I only just saw it at a convention, now that I think about it, the first time I ever saw a Tokyo Revengers volume. So Tokyo Revengers, you could also throw the argument that, hey, it's not going to sell that much because it hasn't been widely distributed outside of Japan. But I'm going to also throw in there that from my viewing of seeing the landscape of anime and manga fandom, Tokyo Revengers is more so popular over there in Japan than the rest of the world. And it's clear because 58 million in Japan, 7 million outside, which 7 million is still great. The fact that you're able to penetrate other markets in the millions, that's fantastic. But yeah, it just reminds me of like One Piece, where it's huge in Japan, it's outside of Japan. Moving forward, in other One Piece related news. Now, y'all know that the voice actors of One Piece, they've been around for a while. They've been doing this stuff since 99 when the anime debuted. And in particular, the voice actress of Luffy, this has been, you know, her biggest role. I mean, granted, some would argue, dog, she did Krillin. She's the voice actress in the Japanese version of Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball of Krillin. But yeah, Luffy has easily surpassed Krillin. I'd even say worldwide, because yes, Luffy is a more popular character than Krillin, in my opinion. I don't know, that actually be an interesting poll. I get it in Japan, there's no contest, but outside of Japan, like in Mexico and even in the US, Dragon Ball is bigger than One Piece, so that'd be an interesting debate. Let me know, which one do you think is more popular outside of Japan, Luffy or Krillin? I'm still gonna say Luffy, I don't care. I'm still gonna say Luffy is more popular regardless. And either way, that's just her biggest role, hands down. That's her role of a lifetime. But according to this, it seems as though her role of a lifetime, she wants to end with it, because apparently One Piece voice actress Mayumi Tanaka wants Luffy to be her final role. Oricon reported that veteran voice actress Mayumi Tanaka appeared in the 7 Rules variety show last Tuesday, where she spoke about her voice acting aspirations. Tanaka, who has been voicing One Piece protagonist Monkey D. Luffy for around half of the 44 years she's been active as a voice actor, revealed that she wants Luffy to be her last swan song. I've voiced many young boy characters in my time, and I want to conclude my work in the voice acting industry with Luffy. Even putting aside the question of whether I can still voice young boys after this, I feel like I've accomplished everything I ever wanted to do with that sort of role. In 2019, she addressed the possibility of passing away before the anime ends, to which she said, "I might not be alive by the time it ends. When the time comes, I hope that One Piece fans can accept the person I choose as my successor." Which, if I'm not mistaken, the conversation went that she wanted the voice actress, which is weird because she's older than her, but the voice actress of Goku in Japanese, she wants her to succeed her if she was to pass away, which I don't even like to talk about none of that stuff. Like, nah, dog, Tanaka, you're gonna be here until the very end. We don't care. We're sending you all the positive wishes in the world. We love you. You are Luffy through and through. And yeah, I don't even want to think about that, but yeah, that is interesting that she wants to end with Luffy. I mean, granted, you know, she's an older age. Also, the amount of money that she's made with One Piece. I mean, Luffy is in damn near every freaking episode, right? And that's the main character. So I can only imagine, because over there in Japan is very different than over here in the West. Over there, they make real money. Their voice actors are treated so different over there because anime is an integral part of their culture or whatnot. Voice actors over there are damn near like rock stars. So over there, they're making bank. Over here, voice actors, they're getting, what is it again? I think $60 an hour with a 2-hour minimum. They could walk away from a session with $120. Over there, they're walking away with, I don't know how much, but it's way more astronomical than $120. So shout outs to Tanaka, but yeah, I'm not even going to allow her to speak that into existence. You are Luffy. You're going to finish this role and give us that great performance that you've done through and through, and we love you to death, Tanaka. Don't speak such atrocities into the air, please. And shout outs to Mayumi Tanaka. Just amazing. And hey, if there's a Krillin role that happens to come up after One Piece, we still want you as Krillin too. I'm just saying. Eden Zero fans, it's been a little bit quiet for the franchise as of recent, but y'all know that season 2 was announced that it's in production, and we got a couple of pieces of updates on it. For starters, we know that Eden Zero season 2 will be coming 2023, but also we got a new key visual for Eden Zero season 2, and it looks quite pretty, if I do say so myself. I know it was a little bit rocky for a while because, if I'm not mistaken, towards the end of the run of season 1 over here in particular on Netflix and whatnot, it was announced that the main director, if I'm not mistaken, forgive me if I'm off, it was either director or producer on Eden Zero, had passed away. So it was kind of up in the air what would happen with the future of the IP, but it seems as though it's going to continue on, and with the season 2 key visual and a 2023 release, I'm hoping for more really awesomeness. I really enjoyed season 1 of Eden Zero, and I feel like such a shitbag because I swore to myself, like, yo, I'm gonna catch up with Eden Zero, it's so good, yada yada, and here I am, months out, probably over half a year since, yeah, I started this year, if I'm not mistaken. The first video I made this year was of Eden Zero season 1, and I have still not caught up with the manga. Forgive me. But hey, this visual looks pretty freaking dope, and I can't wait to get into more Eden Zero. Maybe I just stick anime only, I don't know. It's up in the air, lads. But yeah, Eden Zero season 2 incoming, and they're revving up. I'm hoping winter 2023, no later than that. I think, especially if they're dropping key visual after key visual, I'm hoping for, let's get a January going, start the winter season with something awesome, and it'll go full circle because I finished Eden's. Oh well, we won't get shit. Even if it comes out in January, we won't get it for like, what is it, 6 months after the fact? God damn it. But yeah, Eden Zero season 2 key visual. Next up, Chainsaw Man fans, unfortunate news yet again regarding Chainsaw Man 2, despite the fact that the latest chapter was gas. And in case you don't know, I do a little news show over there on my main channel for Neverworld called Winner Takes All, where we talk about all the manga, and I will be talking about the latest chapter that was absolute fire of Chainsaw Man. But according to this, it says here, Chainsaw Man Part 2, Chapter 103, will be published on August 31st, once again taking a break and releasing in 2 weeks at the Shonen Jump Plus app. I wish they would just say that, hey, it's gonna be bi-weekly. Like, don't have us lingering here like, is it gonna be weekly? Like, just give us an official announcement of, nah, it's gonna be straight up bi-weekly, so that way we're not worried. Because as it stands right now, this is the second break in a row. It could be because they got Tatsuki Fujimoto working on all sorts of stuff in preparation for the anime, because that is the greatest crossover promotion in the world. Once the anime pops off, if you think that Chainsaw Man's fandom is ridiculous and huge now, that's going to make it go through the roof. So I'm only hoping that the reason why it's going into bi-weekly status right now is because, hey, they got Tatsuki Fujimoto doing color pages and all sorts of stuff, so he can't necessarily completely give us weekly right now. But if it is bi-weekly, I'm fine with that too, because just keeping it real, like, the latest chapter was, what, 50 freaking pages or something? I'm not mad at that at all. I'm happy. If anything, it kind of felt like, now that I think about it, maybe it could be. There's another theory of why this is happening right here, because y'all know that people were complaining about Chainsaw Man's pacing. People were saying, yo, this shit is kind of slow, what's going on, the first 4 chapters. It wasn't until this latest chapter that fans went nuts, and oddly enough, this latest chapter felt like it was, you know, the length of 2 chapters in one. Could very well be that they said, yo, Fujimoto, we got the big anime coming right now. Now is not the time to have people bitching, despite the fact that I personally am fine with a slow build up to a heavy payoff. They probably said, push those 2 chapters together. Let's get a move on things. People right now are not feeling this awesome Itaka stuff, which again, I gotta stress that I am not those people, okay? Those people are over there. I'm over here excited about what Fujimoto's cooking. So maybe because of that, he's having to, you know, rush things together and smack up a bunch of chapters into 1 chapter so that way that he could just get through and get to the hype stuff. Because yeah, you don't want to, especially when you got a big anime coming out and everything. Now is the worst time in the world for people to start having a problem with your manga, and then little by little, word of mouth is like, yeah, Chainsaw Man's great, but maybe you shouldn't get into Chainsaw Man 2. That would ruin everything. So probably that's what's happening with Fujimoto, and that's probably why we're getting these bi-weekly breaks. Hopefully is not the case though, that's going to remain permanently, or I don't know, it could work either way. Like, there's so much manga out there. I'm not pressed that I need my chapter every week. I love it. I love my Chainsaw Man Tuesdays, but I'm not gonna throw a fit if it sticks bi-weekly. If that's what makes the chapters even more grandiose and gets us more hype, I'm fine with that too. And bi-weekly isn't as bad as, like, now if we go monthly, I'll still accept it, but y'all know the struggles of monthly, waiting for like Dragon Ball Super, Boruto, and all the years of waiting for the next Attack on Titan chapter. That monthly grueling feeling is something else, but it's also a great payoff. That's the cost. Like, usually if there's a monthly chapter, that monthly chapter better smack heavy. And well, these Chainsaw Man 2 chapters are probably going to keep on smacking heavy. But yes, if you're expecting a Chainsaw Man chapter this Tuesday, you're going to be in for a sore surprise, because no chapter this week. Will be back next week, and that might be the schedule moving forward for Chainsaw Man's manga. Even more One Piece news. Yo, there's like, I don't know how many pieces of One Piece news in this episode, but more One Piece news in particular regarding the live action series for Netflix that's incoming. I've been hearing just so much different things coming out of it, but apparently One Piece live action's main unit has wrapped filming after 29 weeks. Note, there's possibly another week of filming left, which could include additional units filming and or reshoots, but seemingly the One Piece live action has finished filming, which I would imagine be what's to be season 1. And yeah, there's gonna be so much skepticism, of course, completely understandable. I'm skeptical for what this live action could be, but I don't want to do what anime fandom is notorious for doing. If it is bad when it comes out and it's bad, then we say what it is. It's bad. However, I don't want to go into this one being pessimistic that it's a train wreck because the casting, or it's a train wreck because of this, that, and the third. I want to go open-minded, because I went in with the lowest expectations for the Cowboy Bebop live action, and I enjoyed it. I know a lot of people hated that shit, but I enjoyed it. And for me personally, it wasn't until the ending of the Cowboy Bebop live action that I was like, I don't know. But hopefully this One Piece live action is good. I mean, there's been some really positive things that I've seen coming out of it. Of course, the sets and stuff look great. One of the people that are in charge of it, Matt Owens, is probably the biggest thing that gives me hope for it, because Matt Owens is such a real, true, honest One Piece fan. He sat with Oda himself. So I'm hoping that, honestly, Matt Owens can really take it home. I mean, I've seen, you know, on his Instagram and stuff like that, that he is working day and night tirelessly, and clap it up for Matt Owens over there working hard to get this shit going. So I'm gonna have faith in my guy that he's gonna make sure that this thing comes full circle and they make a quality product for One Piece's live action. I'm hoping that season 1 really surprises people, because I get it, there's gonna be skepticism. We're still scarred from even 2009's Dragon Ball Evolution, you know, I get it, but I want to be open-minded, and I'm going to go into this one with full intent of, I want to enjoy this. And I think a lot of people need to have that mindset, because if you go in with the mindset that I'm gonna burn this shit to the ground, this shit is gonna suck, then you're probably gonna think it sucks. It's a rarity when you go in with a mindset of negativity, that unless, you know, it's a anomaly that blows you away, that you're gonna actually enjoy it. So go in with a mindset of, no, I want to enjoy this. I really want to enjoy this. I'm gonna expect what I expect, but I really want to enjoy this, and that's what I'm going in for. So we'll see. But either way, wrapping is up after 29 weeks, which is quite a bit of time to get it done. And One Piece live action, I'm hoping for maybe summer of 2023 for the live action to premiere. We'll see. But yeah, I'm going to be very optimistic about this, and I think that it could be done. I don't think that it's going to be verbatim One Piece from manga and anime to the live action screen, but if it's a dope adaptation nonetheless, I'm going to enjoy it and not look at it any other way. And I think you should do the same. Like, we want to enjoy these things, right? Or are you just going in any live action that's that's announced immediately, no, I'm gonna hate it, I can't wait to tear it apart. Like, what type of mindset is that? That's miserable. And by no means am I saying it's miserable to not like something, because hey, if it comes out and it's bad, but it's miserable to go in with full intent to just shit all over it. Like, why? But yeah, people, 29 weeks, One Piece live action incoming. Let's go. Next up, this one right here, I love to see it. And yeah, I'm not surprised, to be honest with you, because there is a lot of celebrities, a lot of them. I mean, I'm talking about there's gangster rappers, all sorts of people really love anime and manga. They just don't tell you because, first of all, society has made it that, wait, you're supposed to be this way. You like them cartoons and shit. You ain't a thug no more. You ain't gangster. So a lot of gangster rappers hide that they like anime. And then likewise with NBA players, a lot of people, they look at them a certain way. You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, if LeBron says anything, they can easily misconstrue it. So oftentimes, it's not their fault that they hide that they're fans of these things. They kind of have to either preserve their self-image, or because fans aren't going to accept them for who they are, or because fans are going to try and persecute them for who they are, which at that point, I'm going to throw the argument, are you even a fan? Like, if somebody says that they like something and you get pissed off about it, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's usually the case. But apparently, according to Zion Williamson, he said that 80% of NBA players watch anime and says that Naruto has helped him get through some difficult times. And I 100% believe that. I 100% believe that a ton of NBA players, I mean, look at, again, like I said, a lot of rappers, a lot of musicians, and we've seen throughout the years, little by little, they're starting to unveil the curtain of, no, I like this, because anime has become a little bit more, a lot more acceptable nowadays of, you know, it's okay to be an anime and manga fan. I mean, Meg Thee Stallion started off and she was showing like, yo, I got a Boruto shirt, and, you know, mentioning the anime and manga that she loves, talking about Black Clover, which to this day I still say, yo, that is so goated, dog. Shout outs to Meg for that. That is so fucking goat shit right there. But yeah, I am honestly not surprised, and I just wish more of them would talk about it. I love hearing that. I love hearing that these people that have reached these grandiose stages, you know what I'm saying, that they're fans of a medium that I'm a fan of. In fact, I'm sure there's some of them out there that probably watch my content. There's some people I'd be surprised, like, oh shit, you watch me? Like, yo, and I'm very grateful for it. But yeah, either way, that's really freaking dope, and I believe them. And you never know who's watching. You never know. And to close this episode off, we got the top 50 best-selling manga of the week, courtesy of Jose_K. So we got places 50 through 41. For starters, let's see, we got at 46, Blue Lock tearing it up again. Another 17,000 this week, bringing its total to 146. That Slime series that I keep swearing I'm gonna watch it eventually. Still tearing it up. 448, almost 500,000. Not bad at all. Spy Family, that anime is still doing wonders for it. Still selling. Damn, Volume 3 at over 2 million. Now, granted, Spy Family was a big seller off rip, but yeah, the anime did wonders. Hey, Disney, pushing more into this market. Shocker, no, we're not going to cover you. Dr. Stone's official fan book. An official fan book selling 18,000. Not bad. Spy Family Volume 2 at number 41. 2.1 million. Jeez, dog. Yo, they eating out there. Then we got places 40 through 31. More Spy Family. Volume 1 is at 2.2. So it seems about like roughly 2 million people bought Spy Family books. Like, that's more or less what I'm gathering from what I'm seeing here. Place 39, Volume 6. Then we got Volume 7, Volume 5. Yeah, a lot of Spy Family books being bought. Number 35, Volume 4. Jeez, yeah, about 2 million Spy Family manga fans over there that purchased the books at the very least. Then at number 34, we got One Piece's latest volume, 101, selling 20,000, bringing its total to 1.871. That is going to hit 2 million before it leaves the top 50. I'm almost certain about it. They're not going to allow it to not. But plus, that Film Red is tearing it up out there. I have no doubt about my One Piece 101. It'll hit 2 million, maybe even more before it leaves the top 50. Who knows? But then we got Akane Banashi in 4 days. This right here is showing Akane Banashi as the next hit out of Shonen Jump. Now, granted, it's not a battle series. It's about Rakugo, which is, I want to say, like stage plays or something like that. Either way, 22,474 in 4 days in a short week. It probably would have did about like 30,000 in a full week. Not bad at all. And Volume 2, yeah, Jump got a hit with this one. It's a little bit different, and it seems to be the case for Jump that they've been really trying to explore other markets. I think they understand that, yo, we got every possible person that is going to get into battle shonen and stuff like that. We got them. We got a very healthy market of battle shonen fans, and that's probably why they're deciding to venture out and get series like Akane Banashi, or even, you know, Sakamoto Days, all of these different Spy Family, these different type of stories, because it's like, well, let's venture in and see what other fans we could get into our market. Then we got places 30 through 21. Yet again, more Spy Family. The latest volume, volume 9 at 1.6. Jeez Louise. Then at number 27, Tokyo Revengers, volume 28. 25,000 this week, 827. I'm still going to say that it'll more than likely hit 1 million before it leaves. Golden Kamui's final volume, volume 31. 25,000. Man, I know that author is going to miss that money, because yo, 337,000 copies. That is great in less than a month. That is fantastic. Shout outs to Golden Kamui's. Sad that it's got to end, but you know, all good things come to an end. Kaiju number 8, volume 7, 25,000 this week, 497, almost 500,000. Definitely hitting 500,000 before it leaves. My Hero Academia, volume 35, 28. I want to say that this is definitely lower than the previous volumes in terms of pace, if I'm not mistaken, but it's still almost 600,000 in about a month and a half, almost 2 months, honestly. That's not bad at all. Witch Watch, volume 7. I'm gonna keep it real. Witch Watch, I've heard some decent things about it for the most part, but sales-wise, and granted, I don't believe it's a battle series, don't quote me on that, it did, on volume 7, 28,000 in 4 days. That's not much over Akane Banashi. That's about 6,000. So I'm curious, because, you know, 7 volumes in, they're wanting you to sell a lot more than that. You know, I mean, granted, there's the Me and Robocos that they let slide or whatnot, but 4 days, 28,000 side, I guess. But I don't know. I never really got into Witch Watch, so let me not speak on it. But yeah. Okay-ish sales for the most part. Then we got places 20 through 11. Oh, One Piece 102. I thought 101 was the latest volume. Okay, I'm so freaking off on that. One Piece volume 102, 34,000, 1.7. Another one that I have no doubt will hit 2 mil before it bounces. The Elusive Samurai, volume 7, 4 days, 35,000. Wow, I believe that's lower than I've seen, because I've seen the Elusive Samurai do in about a solid week, 50-something thousand, which this is a little over half a week, so it might have done 40 in the full-on week, but yeah, those are okay-ish numbers. Like, Elusive Samurai is safe. That's more than likely going to see the promised land of getting an anime adaptation. Made in Abyss volume 11. Made in Abyss is one that I've always wanted to get into. Then we got, what the hell, Kinukuman? I didn't know that Kinukuman made a new volume. In 4 days, Kinukuman, 48,000. That is fantastic. Wow, they're making new Kinukuman. Okay. Number 12. This one I love to see, and this shows that, yo, this one right here, that's one of the ones out of the newbies of Shonen Jump that I'm really highly anticipating, that anime adaptation. Sakamoto Days, volume 8, in 4 days, 52,000. That is fantastic to see. Sakamoto Days is a great freaking manga. I'm like, I want to say maybe 30 chapters in, and I'm loving it, what I've read so far. And yeah, 52,000, and I believe if it was a leak, forgive me, but I'm pretty sure it was a leak that Sakamoto's has an anime incoming, and either way, yeah, outdoing all of the others, even Elusive Samurai, which a lot of people thought was bigger. Sakamoto said, nah, dog, it's me, fam. Then top 10. Shokugeki no Sanji, 62,000 in 4 days for a cooking spinoff. Okay, I see you. Blue Box, oh, a lot of newbies of Shonen Jump dropped volumes, because Blue Box volume 6, 62,000. Yeah, that's a mainstay. That's, I believe, a romance / sports series. Again, if you look what I've been telling you, from Me and Roboko, Blue Box, Witch Watch, Akane Banashi, Jump is trying to slowly but surely go a different direction with at least half the magazine, because yeah, you got My Hero, Black Clover, Jujutsu Kaisen, One Piece, you got those big dogs, but then you got these other type of series, and they're doing well, and some of them are pretty good. One Piece Episode A Volume 2, 67. Just think about it, dog, with some spin-offs. One about Ace, a character that's been removed from the series for quite some time, 67,000. Shokugeki no Sanji, 60. That's 129,000, almost 130,000, or probably 130,000 copies of spin-offs right there alone, those two books. Big money. And also the fact that they're coming out around this time. Film Red, they know what they're doing. Dawn to Dawn, Volume 6, 70,000, almost 69.8 in 4 days. That cover, oh my god, that is one of the most, fuck it, that's the best cover of everything I've looked at on this list of top 50 best selling of the week. I don't give a shit. That looks so freaking raw. And yeah, 70,000 almost. When that gets an anime, that will raw, I'm telling you right now. But it's still a little ways off. Probably maybe 3 more volumes we'll hear something. Then we got One Piece A Volume 1 in 4 days on sale, 70,000. Oh my god. So 200,000 copies of One Piece spin-offs alone. Wild. Mad lad, mad. Then we got the top 4, which one of them is basically a deluxe edition or a limited edition, because we got Jujutsu Kaisen Volume 20 limited edition in 4 days, 70,000. Don't worry, that's just for an exclusive edition that probably comes with maybe a bonus cardboard or some shit like that. Dragon Ball Super Volume 19 in 4 days, 117,000. Not bad for Dragon Ball, and again, smart shit, because superhero out in the West right now, over there in Japan is in theaters, dropping a new volume, perfect timing. And then Jujutsu Kaisen Volume 20's official regular version, 783,000. So in total, Jujutsu Kaisen Volume 20 sold over 800,000 if you add the limited edition first week. Not bad at all, but clearly milking. Like, them adding a limited edition is like, yeah, we could charge, you know, another extra few dollars and give them absolutely damn near nothing worth. With, like, you know, it'll cost us 10 cents to print out whatever additional materials. And yeah, that's massive success regardless. But it wasn't enough to trump out the real new volume. I keep on getting it wrong. I thought 101, then 102. No, 103. Volume 103 of One Piece at number 1 with the GOAT, Luffy, and Kaido. 1.275 million in 4 days. That is really awesome, and I believe that's higher than what the last volume did, because we were skeptical, like, will it hit the million mark in the first week? But yeah, this one, 1.2. That is great. That is fantastic, and I love to see it. One Piece deserves it. Shout outs to One Piece. And yeah, this has been an eventful top 50 bestsellers list for sure. And yeah, people, those are all the stories we have for today's episode. Curious what you guys think. Most important story, favorite story, something I didn't mention and you're like, come on, Fornev, mention it. Let me know. That's all I have for this one. I'm Fornev World, and as always, people, have an awesome day. And remember the golden rule. Anime and manga for life, boy. Have an awesome day. Peace in. And you guys just watched another episode of FORNEVERNEWS. Have an awesome day, lads. I have a dream, alone in my room as I sit with the tea. Couldn't possibly think what I often see, and you don't even know how I often blink. Lights be flashing and looking at me, such an odd unique, yet I'm so unique and you're looking at me. If the walls could talk, they would probably repeat, and I'd probably say, bitch, get the fuck off me.